We are here with Diane Waud, our Birmingham Christian Family cover story at your old stomping grounds, right?
Yes, Brookwood Forest. We're right here.
Yes, I know. Well, I'm sure it's a comfortable place here, but talk a little bit about this second career really that you have with It's a Southern Thing.
Yes, it's very unusual. I taught kindergarten my entire career here at Brookwood Forest for 25 years. I was here right straight out of the University of Alabama, then for 5 years, then stayed home for 12, and then for 20 years came back and taught kindergarten, same grade level, same school. So when I retired in 2016, I had been part of a dance troupe, Birmingham Sugar Babies.
Which that sounds really interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole other story. And so we did that. I was doing that, and then I had done some things, and Talia Pepke, who is part of It's a Southern Thing, was at that time house manager at Virginia Sanford Theater. Okay. And she had seen us perform on that stage, and she called me and said, I have this thing. And
this thing.
Okay. And so she told me a little bit about what they were going to be doing, comedy sketches about the South, and they needed a more mature actor, a grandma figure. And so I said, y'all are just going to have to teach me. And so I went and did those things, and I did one, and they said, well, thank you. And I thought, well, that would be the end of that.
Right.
And then it just kept happening over and over, and that's what happened. Yeah. It just kind of happened, and they have been very patient with me. They've taught me. They give me as many takes as I need.
Aww.
I mean, it's great, and they're wonderful. All of them are wonderful.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about the set. Do you normally record in the same place, or how does that work?
Oh, well, a lot of times we have done everything from Melt in Avondale was where we did one about between Adam and my, who's going to pay the bill. Grandma, Grandma always wants to pay the bill. And then they did have a studio in a warehouse in Woodlawn, and so it was like, you knock on the door, somebody come and let you in. But we always had to stop because the train would be coming.
Oh, wow.
And so it was kind of, but now they've got a new studio. They're based with AL.com, so we do some filming at AL.com. We go all over. We did the Mom Superhero. We did in a field way out in North Alabama somewhere. I don't even know where that was. So we just go all over. But a lot of times, Adam's parents, Adam Schwartz, who's our creator, his parents live out in Irondale, and a lot of the things that are set in a home, that's his parents' house.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I know that you share with us a little bit about how your faith has really been a part of your life from the beginning, and does that carry on as far as role you had here, at the school, but also now in this new adventure?
Yes, it really does. I was very, very fortunate to be raised in a Christian home by Christian parents who themselves had Christian parents, and it's always been a part of my life. Made a profession of faith on my grandmother's birthday. So I was born on my father's birthday, which is Halloween, which is coming up. And then I made, not knowing, but as I got older, I realized I made my rebirth on April 3rd, which was her birthday. Aww. So I get a little teary when I think about that. So God just works in those ways. And here, it just, everywhere that I can represent Christ, be it at Brookwood Forest, with parents, with students. Sometimes you have parents that are really distraught about their children and are they learning, are they not, and just being that calming, reassuring force, and that they knew that Christ was a part of my heart, and so I was coming sometimes with difficult news, but knew that I was trying to, how would Jesus handle this? And I really have to just consider that. And Christ went about making friends and relationships with everyone. He didn't shun anyone, and so whoever walked in my door, whoever walks into my life, I just try to represent him.
That is awesome. And you really describe how a teacher can really, really make a difference. And it's a hard job, right? But in terms of encouraging teachers, to, the role they have is really important, isn't it?
It really is. And you, especially kindergarten, it's their first experience to big school. And, I had mamas crying, I had daddies crying, I had children crying. Not many times, but you just being that affirming, reassuring person in good times and in bad. I mean, you become a part, teachers become a part of your students' families. I always called them my kids, not my students, because I became a part of their family. I've been invited to baptisms, I've been invited to bar mitzvahs. You just become a part of their family for their life. Yeah.
Well, we are so thankful, Diane, that you have been willing to share your story, and you can learn more at birminghamchristian.com.